everybody, welcome to
Comic Game Movie Show.
And today's a little bit of a different video.
We're here.
Normally we wouldn't do this, but this guy deserves every little bit of bullshit he's going to get, because
he's still coming out.
He's still coming out years after he's done all these DC movies.
Talking non-stop shit.
Zack
Snyder. Now, you guys might have heard about the comments Zack Snyder made maybe about a week or two ago. I haven't really gotten around to talking about it, but I really wanted to address it.
Yeah.
Now, he was hosting like this whole
panel. And I had no idea this was happening.
He was hosting this panel at this theater where he was basically showing all his movies. He had all his fans there showing all his movies. And of course, Q&A. And of course, people are going to ask him questions about, Batman vs. Superman and Man of Steel. And
what went wrong?
Unleashed. He said, because people were like, why is Batman killing people? And he went on this huge tangent of, you guys are morons. If you don't think Batman kills people, what, have you been living in your mama's basement? I'm sorry you lost your virginity to Batman. And he went on this huge tangent about Batman killing. This is how the real world
We need to find that video and link it in the description, because I'm telling you guys,
this is how
it's not pretty.
This is how the real world works.
Zack literally had I'd say 2 to 3 years of angst just built up in him, and he just unleashed it all upon these poor fans.
And he was just like, I don't know what you guys, I'm sorry you live in this stupid purified world of innocent people. And I'm like, whoa! He went on this huge tangent. Pretty much insulting anyone. If you didn't think that Batman was killing, and he's like, you're a moron. Basically, he's like, if you don't think Batman is killing people, you're a moron.
But here's where, you know what?
Yeah, he went on a huge
like I said, you know what? I mean, we do feel bad for Zack because he did lose his kid. And, you know,
that was sad.
And it was sad, but you know what? That was a long time. I mean, that was a while ago. You have no right to say this about... I mean, like I said, this is what he should have said. Let's start off with what he should have said. If I was him in his shoes, and someone asked me, why did you make Batman kill? Whatever your reason would be. This is how I would word it. I say, this is my interpretation. It was my interpretation of Batman. I believe that he should have killed because, in my opinion, we were going for more of a brutaler... edgier Batman. I mean, maybe we went a little overboard. I didn't think we did.
You're talking about a guy who one time, before BVS ever came out, said, in my world, Batman can go to jail and get raped. He said that. That is something he said. It's on record. Look it up. He said, in my world, Batman can go to jail and get raped. Like, real stuff. Like, yo, man.
He would kick their ass.
He based the whole universe off of the Watchmen, because that's what he kept talking about. Oh, Watchmen and the Dark Knight. I'm just like, dude, you're basing everything off of shit that, like that?
Off the stuff you did that actually worked?
Well, he's basing it off the
not just the stuff that he worked, but he based it off of the shit that he did that was a part of DC, that was the Dark Verse. The reason why they made Watchmen was because back in the 80s, because for those of you who don't know, but I'm sure most of you do know, but for those of you who don't, a little education. Watchmen, the original graphic novels, came out in the 1980s. Back in the 80s, from the late 70s to the 80s, roughly early 90s, like give or take, comic books in general were very fluffy. It was very fluffy. We beat the villain. Yay, we're all friends here.
Watchmen was a deconstruction.
And Watchmen was more of a social commentary on heroes. It was like, no, this is what heroes would look like in a real world, in a fucking real, in a fucked up world scenario.
It's no way to build a universe, though.
No, it really wasn't.
You don't build a universe off of something like
because
that.
Watchmen was supposed to be a self-contained story. Because at the end of Watchmen, guess what happens? The world ends. The world goes nuclear. It ends at the end of the books. Sorry, spoiler alert for the graphic novels. But it ends. It ends, and Dr. Manhattan's the only one left. So that's what happens at the end. So it ends on a dark... It starts off on a dark note, and it ends on a dark note. Yeah. So it's not supposed to be fluffy. It's supposed to be greed. It's graphic. It's supposed to be... Hell, there are scenes in the comic book, and in the movies too, which they captured, where the comedian is just like mowing innocent people down and laughing about it. Like going, this is so much fun. There was a scene in the... No, this is the graphic novel. They didn't actually show this in the movie, where when he was in Nam, he was flying on a chopper. He was holding an M60, and there was innocent people, not Kong, innocent people, women, children, pregnant women, old people, just running for their lives against the Viet Cong. And he just went, I can use some target practice, just mows them down. Like, no, he does not give a fuck. And then, they did show this in the movie when this pregnant Vietnam girl that he raped. Well, it's implied that she was raped, but I guess she didn't think of it that way. Who knows?
Well, I don't know.
She got pissed because he didn't want to support her kid. He was being bad-mouthed to her, and then she cut him with a beer bottle. He flipped out and just shot her.
That's fucked up.
And And then, Dr. Manhattan was like, wait, why the fuck did you do that? And he's like, well, you could have stopped me. You could have blew me up. You could have blew the gun up. You could have killed me right there, but you didn't. So fuck you. And then he walked away. Maybe he blamed Dr. Manhattan for killing her, in a sense. He is the dark.
And that's the ideals he was bringing to the Justice League.
Yeah,
and that's the ideals. Granted, not as bad, but he's bringing that idea into the Justice League. Now, look, there's nothing wrong with bringing a little bit of that, like, nittiness from it in certain places where it's needed. But it's like the Justice League is not supposed to be it's not supposed to be doom and gloom. It's supposed to be about them overcoming.
You gotta work your way up there because a lot of people say, like, well, right now, like, Endgame, it's pretty dark at the beginning. If you saw the first Endgame trailer, it is pretty dark. It is pretty gloomy. But after like 20 movies, you got there. You built up there. We had fun. And now
with Infinity War, stuff. Well, that with Infinity War, it's not like it wasn't unprecedented. They set it up like, no, they lost. Everything's fucked.
Yeah,
it's like, well, to make a comparison to that, it's like with Halo, from Halo 1, 2, 3, 4. Like, it's a Reach. Reach was a dark, gritty, like, Covenant invasion of a planet. Everybody fucking dies.
Great game too.
Just like the Mass Effect. Just like the Mass Effect.
Just like the Master Chief Collection.
Just like the Mass
Effect coming to PC.
Just like the Mass Effect trilogy, built up, and by the time you got to the third Mass Effect, Earth was attacked. People were dying. Children were getting
because Mass Effect started off on a very not a sour note, because the way Mass Effect started off as the way it ended. I should say the way it ended. The way it ended was on a very hopeful note.
Yeah, it was
but you knew what was coming.
Yeah, you knew what was coming, but it was hopeful.
But it was hopeful, and like maybe we could fight it off.
But you can't start your universe dark. You can't start.
Yeah, like literally, Man of Steel started on a really sour note. Krypton got blown up, but granted, Krypton got blown up. Zod was gonna kill all the humans. The first time
Superman deals with a villain, he snaps his neck. Like, that's the first time. Maybe later, maybe like in his third movie, he's dealing with someone, and it's like you built up to this. Mm-hmm. Like, you show him like not wanting to kill people over time, and you're like, oh, it hurts you more because you're like, he doesn't want to do it. But when he does it in his first movie, you're like,
yeah, stop.
Why don't you fucking just kill? That's my biggest problem with the Zack Snyder thing is, well, if Batman's just killing people, then why is the Joker still alive?
This is true.
Why is any of his rogues gallery still alive?
Why is anybody he's ever fought still alive?
Someone brought up a great point. The only reason the GCPD, and Gordon will even want to deal with Batman is because he doesn't kill anyone. Yeah. So it's like, okay, look, he's going outside of the law.
At first it was more of like, well, he's a vigilante. Yeah. But then it was like, oh wait, but he's not killing people.
He's not killing people.
So then they were kind of like, maybe we should just kind of pull back a little bit.
That's the only reason they were able to accept him is because he's not killing anyone.
Because like because he can walk around the GCPD full Batman. No one will arrest him. Even though the governor of New York will be like, yo, you need to arrest him, and Gordon's just like,
all of those people respect him, but if he's murdering people, it makes no sense.
It makes no sense why Gordon would want to call on him because he murders people.
So many of his story is about him not killing people. That's the reason he doesn't join Ra's al Ghul, because he doesn't want to kill people. There's so many stories.
But it goes a lot deeper than that, because, you and I both know this, because Batman doesn't... One of the main reasons why he doesn't kill people is because he wants to prove to everyone he's just that damn good. He doesn't have to kill you. To be good.
Why do you think he spends so much goddamn money on all these gadgets?
Yeah, on gadgets.
All those gadgets are designed to disarm people without killing them. Otherwise, he should be running around with shurikens and guns and swords. It'd be a lot more easier.
That was a crappy movie, but
was it really?
Yeah, it wasn't that good.
It looked good.
Gotham by Gaslight.
No, the animation was cool. Everything else was.
Oh. By the way, speaking of Batman animated movies, you should check out Gotham by Gaslight. It's pretty good.
Gotham by Gaslight was good. The Court of Owls movies, very good as well. But anyway, the whole point, hell, even in that movie where it would have been beneficial for him to kill people, he didn't kill people.
One of my favorite lines is in the Red Hood, the animated Red Hood. Great movie. When Jason is like yelling at him about, why don't you just kill Joker? If you killed him, it would...
Because Jason wasn't trying to kill Batman.
It would be too goddamn easy.
Because it would be too easy.
You're better than any of them.
It wouldn't prove better than anyone, and that's where you failed. That's why you failed.
That's why you failed, yeah.
Because it was like, you couldn't see that. And that's why he liked Tim Drake and Dick, because Dick followed that same example. That's why with Jason, granted, he felt bad about what happened to Jason. Don't get me wrong, but
he felt horrible what happened to Jason.
But yeah, he felt horrible. But when Jason was coming after him, he was just like, the reason why it was like, it's like, I don't get it. Why did you treat them because they did bring that? I was like, why did you treat Dick with more respect? I don't get why you took on Tim. Blah 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 blah. He's like, because you failed. You did not get what my message was, which was I don't kill. Because
not
it's too
because I
easy.
can't kill, not because
Oh yeah, I can kill. It's too easy.
He said, "Yeah, I could kill them."
And also because his parents' death really still haunts him. So it's just like that's another thing too.
He's basically
that's
rich
why also too,
and
dude, even in Injustice, when Superman killed, guess what? Batman after what the Joker did, killed Lois Lane. He
Blew up the whole city.
still wasn't gonna kill the Joker. He still wasn't gonna kill anyone.
Oh yeah.
That is how hardcore he is
even
to
though
this
he
not
nuked
killing
the whole
people.
city. So.
That's how hardcore he is to this not killing people thing.
And you know I love that though in the pilot of Batman Beyond when he gets older, he retires the Batman, he goes like this, he has a heart problem, he picks up a gun and points it at someone, right? He points at someone and then he starts shaking and he's like, and he drops it. He's like, that's when he's like never again because he was about ready to kill someone. That's how much he hates guns. And that's how much he hates killing people.
Well, a gun is what took his parents away.
Well, yeah, because of the gun whole thing, yeah.
Then again, his dad in the other universe is Batman
by the
with
way,
guns and C4.
By the way, after this video,
because Bruce died.
after this thing came out on Zack Snyder, there was a huge, not backlash, but support for him. A bunch of people going, well, Iron Man kills people, Captain America's killed people, all these other people have killed people. Why is it such a big deal?
Now, look, the only thing I can say for certain is that I just seen the movies, so I don't know how it is in the comics, but I can at least defend Steve because World War II. Hey, you're in war. You're gonna kill people. It's kind of how it goes.
Not much of a choice.
Not much of a choice.
Iron Man killed terrorists.
Bad people.
Bad guys.
Bad guys.
Terrorists,
Right.
but Batman's killing street criminals, man.
Batman's just killing street walking scum. Like he does, even then he doesn't do that.
Granted, bad guys, but still.
Like that's the thing too. I remember debating with this guy. I was like, killing is not a part of their characters. It's not a not thing a part of the characters. That's never been. Let's say part of Batman. I was like, the moment Spider-Man starts killing people, then you can talk to me about equal. Until then, that's not a part of their characters. Not killing is not part of the characters. It's never been a thing where they're like, we don't kill people. They try not to.
Like I said, the way
Cap
that Zack
tries not
Snyder...
to.
Cap tries not to, but he did in World War II because obviously it's a war. Like, you're gonna kill people. Who fucking cares? So, and that's the whole point.
Yeah.
But in the whole thing, is like, he
Black
should have
Widow's
just said...
an assassin.
Black Widow was an assassin. So she had...
Hawkeye's a soldier.
That's true. He's an ex-soldier.
Thor is,
And circus performer.
Well, Thor is a god of war.
Because that's the first thing someone says. Oh, well, Thor's killed millions of people.
He's a god of war.
He's a fucking
Who was
god.
on a... If you, by the way, in the movies, you'll know, he was kind of an arrogant prick. He was mythology Thor before he changed.
He
was mythology.
He was a god of war. That was what he lived for battle. He lived for killing people. It makes sense. Everything about the Marvel villains killing people, heroes killing people, the ones that do kill people, they make sense.
Yeah,
Punisher, well, obviously Punisher.
Punisher,
You can't really say
If
Deadpool.
someone says something with the Punisher killing people to compare to this, they're freaking idiotic.
Well, yeah, no, like Wolverine.
Yeah.
I would be mad if someone tried to compare Wolverine.
But it's, I mean, well, he fought in 3 wars.
But they were trying to
Every
but
war
basi-
since the
but
Revolutionary War.
Basically, what the people are trying to say is, well, what's the big deal about Batman killing people if all these other people?
Because
kill
Batman
people?
does. That's like in his DNA.
That's
as
a part
a
of his character. That's what I would say. It's a part of his character. It's not a part of their
Superman
character.
kills later when in the Injustice storyline because he loses Lois and he loses his kid.
Yeah.
Because he goes nuts because he's grieving. He's a grieving person.
A lot of times
and he goes crazy.
A lot of times Superman and Batman are above almost killing people because they don't have to because they're so good at what they do.
But them
They don't
killing,
usually have
but for Superman, when he does introduce killing people, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Why he does. It makes sense for Wonder Woman to kill people. It made sense for Aquaman to kill people.
It makes sense
at
for almost
first.
everyone to
Change
Aquaman
it.
and Wonder Woman.
Batman.
Aquaman and Wonder Woman kill people. They kill people
before they came to the Justice League and realized maybe we shouldn't do that.
They
anymore.
kill people.
They learned
but
not
it's
to.
not that big of a deal. But see, the same people bring up the Marvel people. Like, oh, why don't you make a big deal about that? Wait, we wouldn't make a big deal about Wonder Woman or Aquaman killing anyone because that's not part of their characters. They kill people. It's
part
the
of
character.
Part of Batman's character is I don't kill.
Yeah, never. He never kills, never will kill, because it's
He'll cripple your ass.
Oh, he'll hurt you pretty bad.
You're just sleepy.
Oh, he's alive.
Look at him.
Daredevil.
He's all tuckered out.
Daredevil doesn't really kill. Like I said, like that's
I
like.
feel like Daredevil would only kill if he had to.
No, he's
Even then, no, not even then.
Catholic boy. That whole Catholic guilt thing.
Gotcha.
He wants to. He'll be right there. He won't do it. Neither will Luke.
That's some dedication right there.
And neither will Iron Fist.
No.
He
might. He was trained to finish. Now he tries not to.
Oh, in martial arts, they always train you to finish.
Like in Kunlun's hardcore.
Very hardcore.
So,
but it makes sense though. I mean, well, You know what? If Iron Fist killed someone because he had to, I wouldn't be surprised.
Do you know why Spider-Man isn't able to live Mjolnir?
Because he won't. Because
he won't kill anyone for any reason.
So Mjolnir only respects you, give the guts to kill.
Well, no, it's like basically
if you are willing to do
you have to know when, and if you have to kill someone to do the greater good, then you have to do that.
Be able to know
and
that.
Spider-Man
won't.
He can't.
You can't do it.
He won't,
and that's part of his character
because he won't kill people.
But it's not in him.
And same thing with Batman. That's why it's like when he went off on this whole like I said, if he would have just said it was my interpretation of Batman, and you know what, you can like it or hate it, but it was my interpretation.
But no, he went down and tore down
literally
everyone's ideal of Batman.
He went full angst. He would just went like full on
Fuck you.
Damn, someone that poor audience member who asked that question was like, I didn't mean to make you mad, Mr. Snyder. I just asked the question.
Snyder, no, fuck you.
And I feel so bad because I'm just like, dude, like I said, man, I'm going to find it and put it in the description because it's not pretty. It really isn't.
I would just say, Mr. Snyder, with all due respect, I'm sorry you lost your child. I'm sorry you're frustrated at your movie's not a success. But in all due respect...
Oh, there's technically successful because they make money.
But in all due respect, if you're going to treat people this way, fuck you.
Yeah, pretty much. I would say the same thing. Yeah, I agree with
Like
Mark
I said, there's a lot of defenders. There's a lot of people coming to his defense. There's a lot of people going, WB did him wrong. They should have let him finish his vision that they hired him to do.
Now, look, if that was even still the case, it's just like Zack Snyder's vision of a Justice League, in most people's opinion, is not Justice League.
No.
He has too much 300 and Watchmen in him. He has too much.
I did like 300 though.
No, not saying that's a
Zack
bad movie.
Snyder is.
But for the Justice League, 300 and Watchmen don't mix.
I never thought it was a good idea to get someone like him to do DC.
Anyway,
I see the idea because they were trying to go opposite of Marvel.
I could see him
They were
doing
trying to
Wonder
go
Woman. That
far
makes sense.
opposite of Marvel. Like we're going. If Marvel's here, we're going that way.
Like just the way that Wonder Woman fights and everything. I was like, 300 director, he could do it.
Oh, he helped produce Wonder Woman.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
You didn't know all those fight kind of looked a little bit like 300?
That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
bitches, it kind of looked a little bit like 300.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's what I thought instantly. I was like, it's trying to be 300.
shit, man, when you even got Josh Whedon to go in there, man, you could tell like
Josh
it was
Whedon.
half Zach and half Sweden. Like it was one of those things where
God
it's
of the nerds.
Not anymore.
not anymore, more like God of the pricks. But
Poor Joss Whedon.
when you cheat on your wife like that and don't give a fuck, yeah, it kind of makes it too. But
Yeah,
anyway,
that gives you a bad look.
But anyway, no, but it's just like that's the one thing about Zach's problem is that like granted, and that also too. This is my opinion. This is kind of a little bit of a conspiracy nut. So I'm gonna put on my tinfoil hat for just a split second here.
Oh, do we need to contact Alex Jones?
Thank you.
All right, what you got for us?
Please don't do that.
All right.
But anyway, split second tinfoil hat here. It doesn't help that your wife is your producer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
That his
do not
wife
know.
is his
I'm not
producer.
accusing him of being pussy whipped. But it is a conspiracy. I'm like, dude, your wife was your producer for every one of your movies. What, except for maybe 300?
Dude, that's like about as that's like when you banging your what's the one a writer's banging his editor.
Yeah, because it's like
she's not gonna tell you this sucks, man.
she's
You're
not
banging
gonna,
her.
Yeah, I'm just like she's not gonna tell you this sucks because one, you're banging her, and two, she is your wife, so she's gonna support you in everything you do. If she's an honest woman, she won't. She will tell you it sucks.
Essentially.
But we don't know that. That's the thing. We don't know. I'm taking my tinfoil hat off right now. So
All right.
we don't know.
Yeah, Zack Snyder, he needs a stern hand to come in.
Because he's like
and
I said, there's
ring him
nothing
in.
wrong with him being because like everyone's always but he loves the DC, he loves comic books. I was like, what? I call bullshit because no, he does not. Kevin Feige loves the comics, and so instead of being like, you know what,
That he does. That's the real comic god.
it's like, you know what, instead of embracing the comics, let's just not embrace them at all. That's what Zack Snyder also said.
Or
too.
he wanted to embrace a select comic, basically just the Dark Knight.
Yeah, basically just the Dark Knight because Christopher Nolan is his best friend. But anyway, so Mr. Snyder, I know you're richer than any of us.
Mm-hmm.
You're more famous than any of us.
Yes.
And you know what? I envy your success.
I liked Watchmen and I liked.
I liked Watchmen and I love 300. Now I can't separate the art from the artist.
You've had a very good track record,
You
sir.
had it well.
Wow. I wouldn't say very.
You've
I
had
wouldn't
some
say-
good work, sir.
You've had some. Thank you. You had some good work.
Also, Sucker Punch.
That too. That was.
You're-
That movie was an
garbage.
abomination.
You're-
You know what? I've never called the movie. What's that phrase you give?
Raw
it?
sewage.
Raw sewage. That was raw sewage.
Ugh.
That was sewage. That was sewage on top of the sewage.
Ew.
That was a landfill.
Ew.
Okay? I wouldn't put that movie.
No, wait,
I wouldn't
wait,
let my
I got
worst enemy watch that movie.
Even worse, it was a septic tank.
If he's here, then he ain't happy right now.
Yeah, no.
I hope he knows that movie was terrible.
That movie was outright terrible.
How do you make that movie and then Warner Brothers goes, you know what? I think we should bring it back and do Man of Steel. Like, what kind of stupid idea was that?
I think he was a bad choice for DC anyway. I think they should have gotten someone like... Personally, before Sweden's bullshit happened, I would have gotten Sweden to do it. Because at least he would have been respectful of the comics.
Well, at the time, he was with Marvel, so...
But still, that's who I would have picked to do it because, hell, man, that would have been a great, like, motivator, too. Because I'm in for Marvel to be even better because, like, oh, they got Sweden. Oh, shit, we might need to step up our game a little bit. But who knows? Well, you know what? We'll never know. So it's like, it just sucks. So anyway, Mr. Snyder, I loved some of your works. I can separate the art from the artist.
Fuck
but
you.
You're a little bit of a cunt. You're a little bit of a cunt. So, have a nice day.
Thank you for
joining us on the Comic Game Movie Show. Goodbye.